all of our viewers and all of our listeners near and far, welcome to another edition of the program Conversations with Zelisa, where we continue to inform, educate, empower and answer those unanswered questions. I am Zelisa Buduseng Rupani, humbly inviting you to sit back, relax, enjoy. Get your pen, get your paper, get a little notebook. On that notebook, write Conversations with Zelisa. Leave it where you could always get it when next to you, wherever you sit to look at the show. So you could take notes and you could take down numbers that will be helpful for you and your loved ones. All right? And of course, so with that being said, today we have Mr. Chankar Ramtahal. I get calls all of the time to get his number. So remember to have your pen and paper or your phone ready nearby to store his number and to save it when I share the number with you. All right? So directing and in master control, Hisham Costello. On behalf of our team, I'd like to wish each and every one of you a wonderful day today. It's the middle of the work week. It's Wednesday, the 8th of November, 2023. If you're celebrating a birthday, happy birthday. If it's your anniversary, happy anniversary to you and yours. That's someone special. All right? Let's quickly go to our quote for today, coming to us with the kind compliments of Fab India Expo. And the quote says, "Never stop learning because life never stops teaching." Oh gosh, this is so true. Thank you, Hisham. Never stop learning because life never stops teaching. This is so true. Every day is a new experience. It's one that is a learning one. So we are always being taught something new. There are new teachings in our lives. So you never stop learning, absorbing, trying to better yourself, trying to enhance, trying to absorb and, do what is best at all times. That came to us with the kind compliments of Fab India Expo. Now I want to remind you that they are open daily from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. So you have the extra hours after work to go and visit them. Safe and secure parking, great deals. So you're looking for the special outfit, shoes, accessories, cosmetics, gift items, please check them out. They've got the play area for the children, so you could make it a family affair. And I love the food court because they've got nice street food from India as well as authentic Indian food at the most affordable prices and delicious, very tasty. And you've got to check them out. And it's all happening Fab India Expo. All right, check them out today. This morning we are in conversation with Mr. Chankar Ramtahal, Social Welfare Advisor. And he's here to talk to us about the Public Assistant Grant. Mr. Ramtahal, thank you so much for being here. Welcome. I know that you've been busy with the season of Diwali. You've probably been going to many different functions and things like that. Welcome. It's nice to have you.
Thank you very much, Zelisa. It's a pleasure for me to be here as usual and share whatever information and knowledge I have to the benefit of our viewing and listening citizens.
Well, as I started saying, I get calls all the time. In the morning, while I'm driving, in the evening, sometimes I'm doing homework with my daughter. The phone is ringing is because they...
Exactly.
But we understand, and that shows me, number one, is that people are looking at the show, they're listening to it, but more importantly, people need help.
That's right. And, it is sad for me to say this, but I am convinced that some of the offices are not responding as promptly as they could, Zelisa. When you are in need, I keep saying this, when you are in need, one day is a very long time. Why should you be waiting 2 years to get your old age pension grant?
People
because
die
you have no
waiting.
other form of income.
People die while waiting.
Exactly. And you're not hearing anything from the ministers and them. You understand? Nothing at all. No hope to say that things would improve.
Yeah.
It is sad, when you interact with members of the public, you know what is happening to our citizens.
Yeah.
You understand? A lady visited the Tunapuna office recently. She applied 2 years ago for her old age pension. The officer remarked, "Didn't I tell you not to come back?" Without even hearing
Why would he say that to her?
It's a lady, it's a female officer asking, saying, "Didn't I tell you not to come back?" And you know, and I am
And
visiting.
that's how you're speaking to people, first of
Exactly,
all.
exactly.
That is how you're speaking to the citizens of this country. It's not your money to begin with. We are working for the government. You're working for all of us as far as I'm concerned.
Well, you know, there are a lot of misfits in every sphere of life, you know. And
Have a little, some
Exactly.
courtesy and some respect and some
Exactly.
regard.
And after the show, I'm going to the Tunapuna office and take this up personally with the supervisor.
You're going there today?
Yes,
Uh-huh.
just after the show.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. On behalf of
You
all
know-
of us, we are grateful.
I mean, I was in the ministry for many, many years, but it's still in me. My commitment is still there to assist people and
Yeah.
guide people. You know, and if there's a bad knob, we need to get rid of the bad knob. Because you are paid, you're not doing this voluntarily, you are paid to do it.
You know, I stand very firm with you there. Sometimes you have to make decisions that are harsh for the benefit of the company or the benefit of what's going on. And sometimes, not sometimes, when you are experiencing troubled workers or they are bringing their toxic behavior or whatever they have to your company, you have to make a firm decision as a leader to get rid of that.
That's right.
Because that is going to poison.
The entire
Yeah.
reputation
That's
of
what
that
it's going
office.
to do.
That's right.
And so you
That's right.
can't compromise the integrity of what is happening for one person who is a misfit who simply has no respect for your business. Or for, yeah, it's as simple as that.
And a lot of supervisors supervise from their office, and that can't work at all. That cannot
No,
work.
you have to be hands-on. You have to get
That's
up and
right.
walk around. I mean, when was the last, I was listening to Dr. Gopi Singh sometime with an interview. But the truth is, when was the last time the minister decided unannounced, I'm just going
That's
to take a
right.
drive
That's right.
and drive around and you know, check what's happening, just unannounced.
Yes,
to the-
that is how we have to operate. I was told recently that there's a line in Shogunas for people to see the to be attended to where the waiting time is about 2 hours
Yeah.
just to collect a form to apply for old age pension or disability. You know, that is terrible.
And you could assign somebody to do that. You understand? Have a
Yes.
separate line for that. Organize it. If you're a good manager, you'll organize and have all that in place, you know.
And in a lot of offices, a lot of the work, the front desk work is done by the security officer, which is not right.
That's really not their job.
They are
I
not
mean,
trained
I
to
mean,
do
they're
that.
trying to help. They probably try to help the situation, but
Yes.
it's really not their job.
But
They're
sometimes-
there to maintain peace and safety, given the
That's right.
current situation with crime too.
Yes.
And not just crime. You know what I've noticed? I've been noticing. I see people's behavior, and we've seen a lot of it on social media. And we see it when I hardly do go out, because you see this crime situation, I safe in my house.
Likewise, yeah.
But the thing is, Mr. Ramtahal, I'll tell you something. I am seeing or witnessing people with a lot of rage and a lot of anger. Is it that because of their personal issues or stress or whatever is going, the frustration is venting?
Yes.
So you might have these people going to work and they're having a bad day at home or a bad day at work, or they themselves, and they take it out on the citizens, and that's really not right.
That is not right at all. But it has to do with the environment, the national environment, where crime is a serious issue. I mean, I have been to 1 or 2 Diwali celebrations, and they are not well attended.
I think people are afraid to come
People are
out.
afraid to go out
They
after
rather stay in
dark.
the safety of their home, which
That's
you could
right.
understand.
That's right.
And, you know,
The ministers and them don't experience this because they have their security officers to be with them and things like that.
yeah.
You know, but when you're outside here, it hits home how uncertain people are about going out, and it reflected in attendance at some of these functions.
Well, I know the weather is also a factor.
yes,
you know,
but
with the
no,
weather,
but
you
it
don't want to
happens
go out in the
too.
rain. But then, okay, well, I haven't been attending any, so I
Yes.
can't really say. But what I know is that we have been bringing a lot of the celebrations on radio.
Yes,
We are
yeah.
recording and bringing it, so our listeners now could sit in the comfort and safety of their homes
and
and listen
enjoy.
to good,
That's right,
you know,
yeah.
local talent.
That's right,
Highlighting the local talent. And it's all part of the season of what
It
Diwali
is,
is all
it
about,
is.
yeah? So for those of you who want to listen to good programming, remember to listen to U975 FM Multicultural Radio. You'll never be the same, trust me.
Lovely. So today we are discussing the public assistance grant. The public assistance grant is provided to meet the needs of persons where the household income is deemed inadequate. All right? Such a person may include an individual 18 years and over who is certified by a government medical officer as unable to earn a living due to physical or mental disability.
Right.
All right? So that person has to be certified disabled. A person receiving senior citizens pension whose spouse is 55 years and over and unemployed, or whose spouse is under 55 years but unable to work due to physical or mental disability.
Okay.
So a pensioner can receive a grant on behalf of his wife. Okay? If she is 55 and over, because at that age it's hardly like you'll be employed and things like that. Or if the spouse is under 55 years, but suffering from some form of illness and certified by a government practitioner.
Right.
Yes, that person could qualify as well.
All right.
Also, an individual whose deceased spouse receives senior citizens pension and public assistance on behalf of the spouse over 55 years of age. All right? Or a single parent who is unable to earn a living due to caring for a child with a physical or mental disability. Well, we know a child who's challenged, whether physically or mentally, is a big demand on the household.
Oh yes, we've discussed that and we understand and respect
in terms
that.
of permanent caring
Yes,
and things like that, because they could be disruptive, they could be, you know.
But they need to be attended to at all times. They need to be monitored. They can't feed themselves, they can't bath themselves, they can't go get things. So they need to have somebody there with them, attending to them around the clock, which is understandable.
And a person can get public assistance on behalf of a child with a physical or mental disability.
Okay.
All right? Also, a person on behalf of a child whose parent is deceased, imprisoned, or has been abandoned by the family and does not provide support despite there being an application order for maintenance.
Okay, good. So I want put a pin right there. Let's elaborate on this.
Right.
Could you repeat that again? Because I think this is important, because there are lots of people in this particular situation. So please, sir.
So a public assistance grant can include a person on behalf of a child whose parent is deceased, imprisoned, or has abandoned the family and does not provide support despite there being an application or an order for maintenance.
Okay. So we are talking now about children in particular. Once their parents are deceased, their parents died, right? Or imprisoned.
Right.
And let's say a grandparent or somebody is now taking care of child or children, you are entitled to a grant. There's a grant designed to assist and help. So for those of you who are not aware of this, if the child's parents or children parents are in jail or they died, you can get assistance. And let me tell you something. To bring up a child now, it costs a lot of money. To send them to school daily, to ensure that they have their meals, ensure that they have their little snacks, their juice, their water, whatever it is. It takes money to transport. There are people who cannot, do you know that people cannot send their children to school because they don't have the transport to send them to school? That is happening in this country. Right?
It's prevalent.
Right. So if you are in such a situation, and most of the times, the ones who are taken, they take the responsibility are the grandparents who also on grants, and that is what is maintaining. So because of that, and extra expenses, doctor bills, dentists, extracurricular lessons, in terms of extracurricular activities and all those things, you are entitled, those children will be entitled to a grant. So please be mindful of that. We've got to go to our first break. When we return, we're going to open up the telephone line. 3847142. You can also send your WhatsApp messages. I will read it to Mr. Ramtahal, and we will continue our conversation with Mr. Chankar Ramtahal, Social Welfare Advisor, and today, of course, talking to us about social welfare grants, what you're entitled to. All right, let's go to these important messages.
This Diwali, be sure to visit the Fab India Expo, your one-stop shop. Comfortable ambience, ample parking, multi-cuisine food court, arcade for the kids, Mehendi and Spa, the Fashion House of Trinidad, located opposite Medford Gas Station, Shogunas, with extended opening hours from now until Diwali, 10 a.m. to 10 p.m.
Due to the delay in containers, the India InStyle Expo will be opening from the 27th of October until the 20th of November. India InStyle Expo, opposite the Center of Excellence in Macquarie, is opening from the 27th until the 20th of November. This Diwali, look elegant with their newly imported latest fashion Indian garments, matching jewelry, shoes and even purses. Opening hours are 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. daily, closing on the 20th of November.
Super quality supermarket, best quality and great prices. Get your fresh fruits, vegetables and meats. It's a one-stop shop for the most affordable groceries, baby items, kitchen supplies, bathroom accessories, car care supplies, pet food, toys and lots more, all at Super Quality Supermarket. Wide aisles, fully air-conditioned and secured parking. 3 locations nationwide: Couva Car Park, Couva, 98 Endeavour Road, Shogunas, and 47 Tissue Drive, Trincity. Super Quality Supermarket.
Are you ready to own your own home? But worried about time, money, and construction? We handle it all. With Docs, you can sleep in your dream. Make a down payment of $100K or $150K and we'll build a 2 or 3 bedroom home on your unused land. A home is an investment into your future, so let's help you invest wise, invest well. Payment plans available. We're only a call away.
Welcome back to the program Conversations with Zelisa. I'm in conversation with Mr. Chankar Ramtahal, Social Welfare Advisor. Now, if you may have any questions, you may have any concerns, you're going through some difficulties and you need some sort of guidance, then you can send a WhatsApp message to 3847142. That's 3847142, or you can call us at 3847142. Now, let me remind you before you call, take the volume down on your TV, take the volume down on your radio first, then call, speak into the phone and listen to the phone as well. The reason I ask you to do this is that there is a delay, and that is wasting time when you call and we can't hear you, and because you are listening to the TV or the radio. So please, let's follow rules and we'll get things done the right way. All right, 3847142. 3847142. Questions, concerns, comments, you can send a WhatsApp or you can call, and Mr. Ramtahal will guide you accordingly. Mr. Ramtahal, sir, go ahead.
The monthly grants for public assistance is as follows. For one person, it's $1,300 per month. For 2 persons, it will be $1,550 per month. For 3 persons, it's $1,750 per month. And for 4 or more persons, it's $1,900 per month. So the maximum grant for regarding public assistance, it would be $1,900 for 4 persons or more. So if it's 4 persons, it's 19. If it's 4 and more, 5, 6, 7, 8, you know, there are some large families. The grant is $1,900.
So this is regard to the children whose parents would have died,
right,
or if they're in jail.
That's right, or disabled or things like that.
Right, okay.
Because
if the parents are disabled,
the parents
okay,
would be
understood.
collecting the disability grant,
right,
and the children could be...
so even though, let's get this clear, even though someone, let's say somebody is getting a disability grant because they cannot work, right? Their children now can be entitled to a grant
of public assistance.
Very good, because there are
yes.
people who would have had a stroke, people who fell down and
right.
damaged their back, and they can't. Many different reasons, and they are collecting a grant. They can't live on that if they've got children. So I'm sure this extra income now from the government can
Sure,
assist.
you a long way.
Yeah, will help you
Yeah.
to send your kids to school, to, you know, pay things like that. So let's go to the, good morning and welcome.
Good morning.
Morning.
Good
Good
morning.
morning to Mr. Ramtahal.
Good morning, my dear.
I'm just calling to find out something, right? For someone, he's an amputee. He was getting disability, and he reached 60 years in August. So they take off the disability for a short while, apparently. I went there a couple times finding out what the reason why. They told me they have to review the application before we could get back the disability. I went there a couple times. I went up the last week. They told me to come back in the end of December. So I really don't know what's happening. And he's renting. He don't have any money. He don't have anything to go buy.
Okay.
I don't know if they could tell me what's happening.
All right. You know, national insurance grants are payable at age 60. So
Yeah.
it's possible he could have worked. Before his injury, and contributed to the national insurance system.
Did
that
he?
He might be entitled to some benefit.
Did he?
No, but he never worked and have any contribution with the NI.
All right.
Oh,
But
okay.
they would still need a response from the National Insurance Office stating that this person is not entitled to any benefits, and the
So
disability.
it will take some time again.
Yes. And National Insurance is operating, I don't know, they're very
They're
tardy.
also experiencing some difficulties.
Yes. So they're
Look,
taking longer than
my
usual.
suggestion to you, ma'am, is I'm
Yeah.
going to share Mr. Ramtahal's number at the end of the program. I suggest you call him later on today or at another time, off air, so he could probably ask you some more questions and guide you how to move forward. All right?
Okay.
All the best, darling. Have a great day. And happy
Okay,
Diwali to you and
have a
yours.
blessed day too.
All
Thank
right,
you very
darling.
much.
Take care. You're welcome. No problem at all. 3847-142. 3847-142. Good morning. I was in Superior Welfare Office recently, and there was only one officer to see lots of people. Could you please address that to have to wait for hours? So one person.
Yes.
And he's right. Hundreds of people, I'm
Yeah.
sure, go pass through there.
Yes, and
Would
similarly.
you be able to, I know you're going to Tunapuna, but
Yes.
could you try to see what's going on down there as well?
Yes.
What I could say to you, sir, is that you could go to your MP's office in Superior
Yes.
and talk to them as well. So they can do
Yes,
something for
try
you.
and
They would
rectify
work,
the
they can
situation.
rectify it. And that's why you voted, or you put your MP there
Yes.
to represent you. That's their job, eh? So I would suggest you do that as well. Good morning and welcome. Hello?
Hello,
Yeah.
morning.
Morning. What's your question?
Hi, Felicia.
Hello? What's
I
your...
have this friend, a neighbor that recently there, and he was a pensioner. And hello?
Yes, we are hearing you. Your neighbor died. He was a pensioner. Continue.
Yeah, so he died, and the sister was seen about him. She's a pensioner. And they went to the social welfare to see if they get a little grant to help bury him. They have a son. And they tell her that she cannot get the grant. She will have to say about burying him. So they ain't get nothing to help bury him. Is it possible?
Yes, I mean,
Well, how long ago the
Yeah.
person died? That's the question. When did this neighbor die? Hello? All right. Yeah. Well,
okay.
I don't
in
know.
instances like that, Zal, is that this person could have worked in his earlier years. And once you make 25 contributions to the NIS system, you'd be entitled to a burial grant of $7,500.
And that would help in a great way.
Yes.
But we don't know if the person has been buried away. We did not know how long the person died or not.
If the person
but it's good information for those of you to remember. If you've made 25 contributions and more, you will be entitled to a burial grant of $7,500, which I'm sure will help your family when you pass.
Yes.
Yeah? So 3847142, your questions, your concerns, your comments, you could call in or you could send a WhatsApp message. I'll read it to Mr. Ramtal. 3847142. Let's go back. Good morning and welcome.
Hi, this is the same lady just called about his dad. He died about 3 weeks ago, but they burned his body already.
Right.
Because they couldn't get no money from social welfare.
Right. Well, Mr. Ramtal, in as much as it's 3 weeks and it's passed,
he wouldn't be entitled. No,
they would not be able, the time has gone there. Okay?
And as
So
I said,
accept our sympathy on the passing. It's your neighbor. Yeah.
If he would have made at least 25 contributions,
he would have been entitled to that.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome, darling. Have a great day. So again, it's good information for those of you who've made contributions, especially once you've made, which I think is awesome.
Exactly.
That is between you and I, that is phenomenal. That is great. So if you've just made 25 contributions, your family will be entitled to that $7,500 to assist with your burial. And these days, a funeral could cost a lot of money, right? So, you know that is in place. Make sure and have things updated so it will assist your family members.
I suspect that was introduced at the inception of the
It
program.
was.
And they didn't look at it afterwards
They
to
didn't
review
think,
it. Because that's a giveaway.
Yeah, it is. That is amazing. It's great.
Yes.
And I remember Mr. Dolsing, Hubert Dolsing, many years. I did a program with him for many years for NIS. And he was like, wow.
Oh, yeah.
He was a walking institution.
Yes.
And that was something that he explained and shared.
Yes.
And I thought this was great. It was it's really wonderful.
I suspect that that was an introductory.
It was from the inception, yes.
You understand? And then they did not enter it afterwards, and it still is in place.
It's in existence.
So
it's something that people
to the benefit
can
of
be
our
benefit
citizens.
to our citizens.
Right.
I think
Our
it works in the
citizens,
favor of the citizens. 3847142, questions, concerns, comments. I'm in conversation with Mr. Chanka Ramtahal. Mr. Ramtahal is a social welfare advisor. He served this land for many years, so he's been part of the system and he understands exactly what's happening in the system. So, if you're in a situation, you need some sort of guidance, or you want to find out about grants, he's the ideal person. Mr. Ramtahal.
A lot of supervisors at the various offices right now, Zelisa, I would have been their supervisor. You understand? Yeah, I would have been their supervisor.
Oh, very nice. So you could talk to them and tell them, behave themselves, man. Get your work done. Good morning and welcome. Hello.
Morning, Zelisa.
Morning.
The same person calling.
Yes, dear.
When 15 they get the burial money from social welfare, a week before they burn the body.
Right.
And they tell them that they cannot get no money. Let the sister say about it.
What was the reason that they? What was the reason that they gave why they could? Because there must be a reason. What was the reason?
I don't know. That is what the sister told me.
Okay, darling. Well, thank you for being concerned.
And I suspect it's the same thing.
And I would say this to our citizens: you are entitled to ask. May I ask why I'm not getting it? That's all. That's all. You're entitled to know why. Okay, so I'm applying. Why I can't get it?
But apparently she didn't go.
No. This is a neighbor, so this is second-hand information that she's sharing. But it's good information because then people will now be aware that once they've made NIS contributions of 25, they will be entitled. This is now from the national insurance that you contribute not from the government, which is completely different. A government grant and NIS, two different things, all right? Let's go to these important messages. When we return, I've got some messages to read to you, and we continue our conversation with Mr. Shankar Ramtahal, Social Welfare Advisor, right here on the program Conversations with Zelisa. Let's go to these messages.
Charan's Bookstore. For all your school books, stationery items, uniforms, shoes, board games, toys, and much more. Visit them at any of their 3 branches located at 24 Eastern Main Road, Quezay, San Juan. Telephone number 675-9024 or 675-3607. 53 Eastern Main Road, Tunapuna, 663-1884, 663-1476, or 645-3878. Trin City Mall, Trin City. Contact them at 640-3155.
Calm down, calm down.
Check out Charan's Bookstore.
Looking for an adventure? Then come to Massa Nature Park. There are scenic spaces for picnics, adults and kids swimming pools, apartments for rent, huts for cooking, liming, and beautiful nature trails for hikes. Business hours 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. daily. Conveniently located at Brasso, Grand Couva. Contact us at 777-4531 or 335-0183. Let the fun begin. Tile Expression Limited, the #1 leader in tiles. Large stock, unbeatable prices, wide variety of porcelain tiles, ceramic tiles, wall and floor tiles, residential and commercial, granite and quartz countertops. Best quality from Spain, Italy, Brazil, India and China. Tile Expression Limited, conveniently located Monroe Road, Kunapir. Telephone 693-0015 or 223-TILE.
The San Juan Business Association presents its 33rd Christmas Dinner and Dance. Live entertainment with a premium all-inclusive bar on Saturday, 9th December at the Mahatma Gandhi Institute for Cultural Cooperation, Uriah Butler Highway, Mount Hope, from 7 p.m. Contribution $650. For more information, call 775-6797 and 770-7473.
I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas.
Welcome back to the program Conversations with Zelisa. I am in conversation with Mr. Shankar Ramtahal, Social Welfare Advisor. Today he's talking to us about the public assistance grants. Mr. Ramtahal, welcome back, sir. Let me go to some messages. Good morning, Zelisa. Once your representative isn't of the PNM party, nothing would be done for you. Now, this is a listener or viewer's perspective, all right? Where I live, the road needs fixing badly. But Mr. Munilal is the representative here and not for help PNM fixing that road. Now this is somebody who is sending a message, not mine. Yeah. Also, if one is entitled to the NIS 7,500, the funeral home can apply and use this amount to help with the funeral. This way the bereaved family doesn't even have to visit NIB. Well, I'm not aware of that. But this is,
I'm not aware
of that, so this is based on what somebody is saying, not based on Mr. Ramtahal myself. But perhaps you could do a little investigation and let us know next week, right?
But
if that is possible.
Any change in policy, I would have known, but I am sure that is not the case. They must go to the
you have NIB. To go to the office. The family would have to take care of that, because then the family, I am thinking, yes, the family will have to produce the death certificate and all, right? So So I don't want to mislead
And
the
you have to
public
go
in
to
any way.
the social welfare office first. They are asked to go to the national insurance office to state whether or not the person is entitled to
Okay.
a grant.
Okay, this is another question. When we ask why can't we get help to bury her, the officer said because she received her pension in March and what she did with it. We told him she bought medication and still got turned down. So this is about somebody who died.
That is not a justifiable response at all.
And what she did.
At all.
So the officer asking the family what she did with her money in March, that's not his business.
That's right.
This
Very
is not his
inappropriate.
money. What kind of question is this? Right? And what she did with it. We told him she bought medication and still, so she got turned down. Go to the supervisor. Go back to the supervisor. Be very kind, be respectful with your tone. You understand?
Yeah.
Stoop to conquer, right? Go back and say XYZ is the situation, can you help me? That's what I would say, and report the person. Good morning, Zelisa. I would be 65 years on the 29th of December. I'm getting 3,000 NIS and 826 from my former employer. Could I still apply for the rest of pension from the social services? And if yes, what can I do to apply? Thank you. Have a blessed day. Have a blessed day as well. Mr. Ramsar,
Yes,
what do you
she
say?
would be entitled to a grant.
So she's getting $3,000 from NIS, and she's also getting, so she's getting $3,826. She'll be entitled to?
Yes.
Yes?
Yeah, to reach 755.
A balance?
Yes.
So ma'am, you will be entitled to, my suggestion is it will be in December, so she'll have to put in her information
in December.
Right? Okay, let's go to this. My sister died on the 2nd of the 10th month of 23. So this was in, and the funeral home, I'm not calling the funeral home name, and the funeral home obtained the 7,500 monies without the ID card, applying for it during the funeral. Yes. Okay. All right. Okay. Thanks for sharing that. But I need, I have a duty and responsibility to give information that we get. I respect and thanks for sharing the information, but we need to be, I have a duty and responsibility to my listeners and my viewers. All right? So,
yes.
3847142, you can call us or you can send your WhatsApp messages. Mr. Ramta will be happy to help you. See what a little rain wet would do?
Yes.
Rain, and as soon as I get wet. So,
right.
Any other information you want to share with us?
Yes, so that the required application, the documents for the application will be your computerized birth certificate, and this is for the public assistance grant. It's the computerized birth certificate or affidavit of the applicant, the ID card, national insurance information, your recent bank statement, to indicate your level of need, your marriage certificate where applicable, and your child or children's birth certificates, all right? And of course, the death certificate of the person, the head of the household. So the documents must support your application.
Okay, good. 3847142, 3847142, questions, concerns, comments. You can send your WhatsApp messages or you can call, and Mr. Ramtahal will be happy to guide you accordingly.
And it can be sad that when the main income earner dies, as Zelisa, you know that.
Oh yes, it's difficult if you have someone in the household who is the only breadwinner bringing in the working and had to take care of wife and children.
Young children
or
especially.
vice versa.
That's right.
The wife would, whatever. And now they don't have this money in order to pay their bills. They may have loan. We don't know. But they have duties and responsibilities towards their family. It's difficult.
That could be a traumatic experience, Zal, where the main or only breadwinner is passed, I mean.
Well, if I wasn't working, what would happen to me if my husband, when he died, what would have happened to my daughter and I?
That's right.
So I could understand people in a situation like that You can't depend on
You have
family.
the practical experience.
You can't depend. You
No.
you have to get up and you know, earn or get some sort of assistance.
A lot of times they call for, you know, adjustments where the female, the female head of the home now has to go out and look for a job or some form of income.
Exactly.
You understand? So it could
Look,
be,
there are
yeah.
women who are single parents that I know they
Oh, yes.
juggle 2 and 3 jobs, Mr. Ramtal. They have
Several.
their job, they do a weekend job, they do a after work job by ironing. I am aware of people like
Yes.
that. They go and iron for people, they do whatever odds and ends to make ends meet. And you know what? I applaud those people.
Of course, I do.
Because they don't sit and depend on anybody to help them. They get up with full force and do what they have to do to pay their bills and send their children to school and feed them.
That's right. we
And I
must
applaud
admire
them.
those-
Of
yes,
course I do.
we must admire those single parents.
Full marks.
Yes.
Full marks. Yeah. So 3847142 questions, concerns, comments, or you can call. Just remember when you're calling to take the volume down on your radio, your television. All right. Hi. Yes, you can get Mr. Ramta's contact. I will be doing that at the end of the program. So have your paper and pen ready so you could write his number down and you could call him later on after the program, a time that's convenient. Mr. Ramtahal, any other grants, please?
Yeah. One of the things I'm still disappointed about, Zal, is that the length of time that it takes for someone to receive a grant, either for themselves or for the family. Some people are waiting 6 months and 9 months without any form of assistance. I mean, that is not satisfactory at all, at all. You understand? I keep saying 1 day is a very long time when you are in need. More so, you know, when they're children, they're young children especially. It could be very trying times for that family.
Yeah. Okay. Hi, good day. I love to listen to your views. My cousin went to the Tunapuna Social Welfare Office to get a disability form for me, but she was told I have to get a referral from my clinic doctor. When I went to the clinic, my doctor said they have to give me a form and my doctor will send the referral to them. This is what they do, people. First of all, this lady, she's asking for help for disability. So the lady can't be up and down in the first place. Understand her situation. Send this, do this, go here. Go. What is that?
Because new officers were brought on recently, Zal, and they were not properly oriented. Nothing works well in this country. And when I hear of situation like that, I become annoyed.
So do I, eh?
Honestly.
So do I.
You are in need and you may have to pay taxi fare or something to come to and from the office. That's not fair.
I was saying to you off air and I'll say it on air live. Nothing is working well across the board.
And I endorse you. I endorse that.
From the potholes to the traffic to the prices of things, the prices of medication, the prices. Man, I do understand.
And supervisors have to walk the floor and see what is happening.
And then you get
Don't sit in your office all day.
You're going with your sick self because you really can't. There are people who genuinely cannot work. There are people who are really sick. There are people who need help. And you go and people giving you attitude on top of this? No, man. That is not right. Good morning and welcome.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Hi, morning, Miss Alicia.
Morning, darling.
Morning, Miss Alicia.
Morning. What is your question, please?
Morning, Mr. Ramtahal.
Good morning, my dear. How can we help you?
I always enjoy listening to your program and watching it. Mr. Ramtahal, I want to just find out something, please.
Go right ahead.
Yeah, I receive this public assistance. But I want to know, like, is it that every time a new officer change, that you have to keep updating the medical?
Yes. When you receive public assistance, periodically an officer would visit you to review your circumstances. All right? Sometimes the medical would have expired, so you'll have to get a new medical and things like that.
No, well,
but
what happened is because I
public
had one
assist-
just in March this year.
Right.
And a new officer come and she said that I have to go and get a next one, otherwise, before February.
Right.
Otherwise, my money will stop. But Mr. Ramsey, I hear what they're doing, the doctors doing in the clinic now. Like you get one this year already, they want to know why it is that they, they always want one. So what they do, they hold in the report, being that they don't have clinic near, until for 2-3 weeks, then you have to go and correct it. So I just, decided to ask this question this morning, thanks.
Well, if that is their system, we can't debate that. We can't get involved in that. If that's their system, you understand?
Yeah, well, I told the officer that, and she told me, well, I have to get it before February. Otherwise, my money will stop. So I just decided to ask as I'm watching your program this morning. Thanks for taking my call.
You're welcome, darling. Have a great day. And you ask, of course, we invite you to ask. You're entitled to ask. That's what we encourage you to do. And so if that's what they would have said to you, that you have to follow their rules, their rules and regulations, and we just need to respect that.
But what can be done, Zal? If she doesn't get it in time, they could extend the grant for 1 month, pending the receipt of that medical report.
Yeah, because the lady probably waiting is a medical report, and she need her money to buy her little medicine and whatever.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, so let's go to these important messages. When we return, we continue our conversation with Mr. Chankar Ramtal, Social Welfare Advisor. If you may have any questions, any concerns or comments, please feel free to send them. Send us a WhatsApp or you can call. When we return after these messages, stay with us.
This Diwali, be sure to visit the Fab India Expo, your one-stop shop. Comfortable ambience, ample parking, multi-cuisine food court, arcade for the kids, Mehendi and Spa, the Fashion House of Trinidad, located opposite Medford Gas Station, Shogunas, with extended opening hours from now until Diwali, 10 a.m. to 10 p.m.
Due to the delay in containers, the India Install Expo will be opening from the 27th of October until the 20th of November. India Install Expo, opposite the Center of Excellence in Macquarie, is opening from the 27th until the 20th of November. This Diwali, look elegant with their newly imported latest fashion Indian garments, matching jewelry, shoes and even purses. Opening hours are 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. daily, closing on the 20th of November.
Super quality supermarket. Best quality and great prices. Get your fresh fruits, vegetables and meats. It's a one-stop shop for the most affordable groceries, baby items, kitchen supplies, bathroom accessories, car care supplies, pet food, toys and lots more, all at Super Quality Supermarket. Wide aisles, fully air-conditioned and secured parking. 3 locations nationwide: Hoover Car Park, Hoover, 98 Endeavour Road, Shogunas, and 47 Tissue Drive, Trincity. Super Quality Supermarket.
Welcome back in conversation with Mr. Chankar Ramtal, Social Welfare Advisor. And welcome back, sir. We're going straight to our questions. This is coming via radio and it says, could you please repeat yourself, sir, for one person who is getting public assistance? How much funds for one person whose husband died 8 years ago, no children? Is it $1,500 a month for one person, sir? Public assistance? Thanks. What do you say to this person?
Okay, the quantum of for public assistance grant is $1,300 for one person, $1,550 for two persons, $1,750 for three persons, and $1,900 for 4 or more persons. So you have 4 bands.
So this person's husband died 8 years ago.
Right.
No children. So just a wife.
So that person will receive $1,300 per month.
Okay, understood. So let's go to this other question. Morning to you both. My husband was working with corporation and he isn't working anymore. He hasn't been working for about 5 months now and it's been very hard making a proper grocery and sending kids to school with traveling expenses and getting other things for their needs, school and otherwise. I could understand. In a situation like this, what happens?
Apparently, he's not prevented from earning due to any illness or disability. So therefore, the person can be issued a food card, which is a temporary help. Because
Which could help you or buy some groceries.
Groceries, that's right.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, so he's not ill or disabled from earning, it's just he's laid off. So
he's not working, right? So,
so he could be assisted with a
so
food
I'm sure
card.
that food card can help you.
Surely.
May I ask what kind of figure is the food card? Do you know?
I think one is 5 something. The other
500
one is
and something.
6 something.
Oh, so it starts from 500.
100, yeah.
Which I'm sure
Depending
will
on
help
the
you
size
with
of the
some
family.
groceries. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Morning, Zelisa and Mr. Ramtahal. Happy Diwali. Well, happy Diwali to you as well. I applaud Mr. Ramtahal for going to follow up with this situation concerning supervisor who took the lady, who told the lady not to come back.
Yes.
Social welfare books should be audited, especially where money is concerned. And why a backlog of applications hasn't been approved? Well, I agree with you 110%.
I endorse that idea totally.
Who is doing the check? Who is following up? Who is ensuring that a proper day's work is done?
Yeah.
Who's doing that? You go and people on the phone.
Yeah.
What you ordering for lunch?
Yeah.
What are you doing
exactly.
later? And you have people in front there waiting, suffering, and paying all kind of thing, and you studying or making an appointment to go to your hairdresser. What is this? Do your job.
Yeah,
you have
that's
your break time, you have your lunch time to do your personal stuff. People just don't respect their jobs anymore.
And they applied for the job.
Have some respect for your job and do it the best way. How long ago was the public assistance money updated?
2019.
Okay, so that person. Another question. Good morning, very informative program. Does social services have funeral grants in addition to NIB grant? Mr. Ramtahal?
Yes. If the person would have made at least 25 NIS contributions, they would be entitled to the funeral grant. If not, and other circumstances deemed necessary, they could qualify for the grant from social welfare.
Okay, somebody's asked me to take the time and give out the, I humbly apologize if I did it too fast. So the number is 384-7142. It's also on the television screen. 384-7142. I trust that will help you, the person who asked me to say it a little
Slower.
Take my time. 384-7142. All right. Good morning, Zelisa. Excellent program as usual. Zelisa, and great advice from Mr. Ramtahal. Well, thank you very much. We appreciate your kind words and your compliments. It's motivating, you know. Good morning, Zelisa. I was 65 years old in May and applied on the said month. I haven't received any pension as yet. Do I have to go in and find out what is the delay? So this was since May. And they received no pension. What do you advise to this person?
There are people waiting 18 months out.
Gosh, boy.
So
What do you suggest to that person that they go back in and
yes,
inquire?
yeah, inquire
Go,
and see what is happening.
Speak to the supervisor, explain to them the seriousness and how you need the money to help you survive. You know?
I, for one, cannot understand why a person should be waiting 2 years, almost 2 years, to get their old age pension grant.
Somebody saying to me, and I stand to be corrected here, the public assistance grant went from 1,300 to 1,500. Is that?
The public assistance grant is determined by the amount of persons in the home. So if there's one person, it's $1,300.
Right.
If there are 2 persons in the home, it's $1,550.
Right.
If there are 3 persons in the home, it's $1,750.
Okay, quickly.
Yes.
Good morning. How much is a social services funeral grant? Good question. How much do they get from the?
$7,000.
So right. So they
And
get
national insurance on
$7,500 and from the government social
So
grants it's
welfare,
7,000.
7,000.
Good morning and welcome.
Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. What's your question, please?
Hello, are you hearing me?
We're hearing you, but you know what? You're not following the rules because I said we're getting a feedback and a time delay. Take the volume down on your TV, take the volume down on your radio, then call us, please. All right? Kamala raised the public assistance grant for one person sometime now. Okay, understood. Good morning and welcome.
Hi, good morning.
Morning.
I was interested in Mr. Rambian.
Are you okay? Okay, I'm going to share that. I'm going to share that at the end of the program. Okay. You're welcome to this person. Somebody is saying thanks for the program. Again, to all of the people who are saying thanks for the. When applying for social welfare for the first time, can it be done online or must it be in person? Good question.
Has to be in person.
You have to be in person.
Has to be in
Good.
person.
Trinidad, we're not ready for that yet.
Exactly.
Embarrassing, but it's the truth. 3847142. When you call or when you want, you take the volume down on your TV, take the volume down on your radio, then call. Speak to us via your phone, listen to us because there's a delay. That's why I say that to you. Yeah, we get the feedback here, and you know, all right. Any information you want to share before we wrap things up? We've got about 4 minutes or so.
Well, I ask people to, you know, to be kind and considerate. All right, let us try to, you know, keep the crime situation, you know, under control.
Be safe, be mindful.
Be safe.
You just be very careful with your whereabouts, with your money. You know, you're going to the bank, make sure and be discreet about it. You're doing your little shopping for Diwali or whatever. Don't go and have all your money out in the open or your purse open. A lot of people go with this big purse and they leave their purse open and anybody can pickpocket. You don't want to lose money in these trying times already. So our advice to you is to be extra safe, be cautious, work within a budget. I like to say when you go to the supermarket or wherever you go shopping, write down what you need because sometimes we go and we forget and you know we see things that we like and that we want and not what we need. But what is important is that you only get what is important and a want rather than a need. Now if you could afford it, all well and good. But just remember to work within a budget so you don't overspend and then you don't have money.
Exactly.
So be mindful and respectful of the money that you have. Work within a budget. Get what is necessary and not what you want. There's a difference, eh? And especially in these trying times, tighten your belt. Let's take this last call. Although I have 2 minutes, eh? Quickly. Welcome. Good morning. What's your question, please?
Hello, good morning.
Yes, morning. What's your question?
I'm calling to find out if it is not working, if you can pay your NIS.
Okay, well, we're not talking about NIS and we've got to wrap things up. Let me share Mr. Ramtahal's number. And his telephone contact is 753-5264. Mr. Chankar Ramtahal's telephone contact number is 753-5264. 753-5264. Mr. Ramtahal, let me say I'm always full of gratitude and thanks for you taking the time to come here and share your wealth of knowledge and experience. I know you're being an advocate because you're going to help going to the Tunapuna office to check on some things. I want to thank you. May God bless you. You and your beautiful family have a safe and happy and lovely Diwali 2023.
Thank you very much, Zal, and I'd like to take this opportunity to wish our nation a safe and enjoyable Diwali season because Diwali is next week.
It's on Sunday. It's this Sunday.
Monday would be a holiday. Yes, so and from now to then I refer to it as the season.
It is the season. It is the flavor of the season.
Enjoy your visits to the various celebrations and may God continue to bless our nation.
And may that bright light continue to shine in your path. You know, and it's all about being good, being kind, making a conscious effort to be better, to be a better person. And when you're a better person, the world around you will shine and smile.
That's right.
Here's reminding you that with God, all things are possible. Keep smiling, be positive, and always know the best is yet to come. Thank you so much for choosing us. Have yourselves a great day today. Be safe. If it's raining, you know to wear your gear, all right? And of course, Thanks for choosing us.